On tonight's show, find out why bad eating habits and gallstones go hand in hand.
Plus, we play Jeopardy to know which team is in danger. They come in different sizes and colors, and their formation can cause a considerable level of pain and discomfort.
They are hard, pebble-like pieces of material, usually made of cholesterol, bile, salts, and bilirubin, and found in the gallbladder.
Thank you for watching Everybody Knows. I'm Catherine Robert, and you may already have a good inkling of what we'll be talking about on the show.
That's right. I'm Mike Kasem. Joining us to share all we need to know about gallstones is Dr. Thng Yongxian. Doctor, come on out. There he is.
Hello.
Great to have you here.
Nice to meet you.
Yeah, nice to meet you too.
So nice to have you on the show. Welcome.
Grab a seat, grab a seat. Okay, look, Dr. Thng, stones can be formed in our kidneys, pancreas, prostate, and even salivary glands. So how do gallstones come about?
Okay, so gallstones form when you have cholesterol coming from the liver. It's supposed to be kept dissolved in the bowel, but when there's too much cholesterol, it actually crystallizes and forms stones when it mixes with bacteria.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So what are the 4 F's? Because I hear there's a 4 F's when it comes to gallstones. What are they associated with?
Okay, so gallstones are associated with female. Females get it much more than males.
So unfair.
About 2 times more. And the fairer sex get it more, and those that are fair, so Caucasians, Chinese, tend to be more predisposed to getting gallstones.
Why?
It's more genetic.
Okay.
And due to increased cholesterol production from the liver.
Okay.
The other thing is when they are more than 40, so age is also one of the predisposing factors. And the other one is where they are fattier or meatier.
Okay.
Right.
Sexier, more
curves, more curves.
Voluptuous.
Yeah, more curves. And
so they're more prone to, is that because more cholesterol?
yes, more cholesterol and more cholesterol in the bowel, and you get to form stone.
What would you rather have, kidney stones or gallstones?
I'd rather have
question.
gallstones. I know good surgeons who can remove my gallbladder for me.
Right, okay, so it's a different thing then, right?
Yes,
I didn't even
definitely
understand that you can have stones in 2 different places.
Yes. So the stones are divided based on the organ. So a kidney stone is present within the kidney, while a gallstone is present within the gallbladder.
So that with a gallstone, can you pass those like you'd pass a kidney stone if it's small?
With gallstones, it's better to have the gallstone within the gallbladder. I'm going just to show you a diagram.
Okay. Yeah.
So this is the gallbladder, and there's a cystic duct which is joined to the common bile duct, and the stones can pass through the gallbladder to the cystic duct and into the common bile duct. So the problem when it passes into the common bile duct, you can actually get infections because this duct gets blocked. The infection can travel upwards towards the liver, so you can get liver abscesses, you can get inflammation of this whole bile duct, and it can also block the pancreatic duct and can cause pancreatitis.
Would there be enough pain that you would know before all this happens?
Definitely. So if one of these things happen, you'll get fever, you will get jaundice, which means the yellowing of the eyes, you have tea-colored urine, and severe right upper abdominal pain.
So I've got a question. You know, I'm perpetually on some kind of diet all the time.
Yes.
You know, as women as well, our weight fluctuates, right?
Yep.
And from just a little bit of reading I was doing, does it have something to do with weight loss?
Crash diets, whereby you have sudden weight loss, leads to the mobilization of fat within the liver. And when you mobilize fat within the liver, it creates cholesterol. And this cholesterol then enters the bile duct. And when there's too much cholesterol within the gallbladder, it actually crystallizes to form stones.
Okay.
And when it mixes with bacteria,
All right, okay. Well, with that, the only person I can think of is our next guest. All right, guys, this guy speaks all 4 of our official languages here. He is a superstar.
And she's a bubbly DJ on 97 whose love language is food, glorious food. I love her cooking, by the way. She makes amazing stuff.
Hey, why never just invite me?
No, because you're not invited.
Okay, let's welcome our 2 energetic guests, DD and Natasha Faisal. Come on, guys.
Hello.
Hello. Hi,
everybody.
The first thing I want to say to you, Natasha, is that you still owe me sambal goreng.
Do I?
Yes.
Let's not say it in front of the doctor.
And I'm glad I don't owe anyone anything. Thank you.
All right, let's have a seat.
Okay, guys, you were hearing some of our conversation backstage?
Yeah, we did.
We did. But we were also having our own conversation backstage.
Okay, okay. So now that you guys know what gallstones are,
Yeah.
Here's your test.
have you had it yet? Have you had it?
My husband had it.
Oh.
It was such a dramatic episode because he was like on the floor.
Oh.
And
Yeah.
I had to call the ambulance and he was like wheeled away on a stretcher and everything. So I don't know about
Did
you
you
guys.
cry?
I did. I was like, am I gonna be a single mom?
Oh, wow. That escalated
Yeah,
quick.
I've had a friend who was the same way, on the floor, in so much pain. Yeah.
So you imagine the worst case scenario, right?
Because we've been ignoring his symptoms and his pain.
Oh,
When
good idea.
No.
What?
We went to the GP and they dismissed it.
Oh, okay.
Okay. And then it went on for a few months. So I guess he's got a high pain threshold, but I couldn't tell because when he's got the regular cough and cold, he's already under the covers. So when he complains about the pain, I'm like, play a game, you're gonna be okay after.
What were the symptoms?
So he said there was this like sharp pain in like the right side of his abdomen, and then he was bloating like crazy. It got so bad where he felt like he could not even breathe, and that's when, you know what, let's call the ambulance now. And then he was wheeled away on his
good
stretcher.
idea.
It sounds very much like the pain you would have when you
Are in labor.
I don't know what that pain is like, but appendix.
Yes.
Is
yes.
it similar?
Okay, so the thing about gallstones is most gallstones are asymptomatic, meaning you don't have symptoms. So they can be there for a long time with no symptoms. But as the stones get bigger, you can develop symptoms. Initially, why your husband got the pain initially, normally it probably is related to food. So after a heavy meal, the gallbladder will contract to help digest the fat that has entered the stomach and the small intestine. But the stone is stuck in the duct, preventing the bowel from coming out. And when the gallbladder squeezes against this stone, the pressure in the gallbladder increases. Hence, he gets the pain.
So it all comes back to me.
Yeah.
It's my fault because I cook him the meals.
You know what's my favorite
It's
thing?
all your fault.
Guys,
All
let
right.
me direct your attention to
Yeah.
the table here. We've got ping pong balls, golf balls, stones, marbles, and pebbles.
If you had to pick though, right?
Yeah.
Which would you pick?
That represents a gallstone
Right.
most specifically.
I was gonna go for the marbles, but maybe the pebbles.
Okay.
Okay, so
Das?
between these two.
These two,
Okay,
yeah.
so you picked the marbles because you wanted him to play with the...
No, because I saw the sample.
You saw the sample?
Yeah.
That's cheating.
No, but the sample, it was broken up already. So
Okay.
it became the size
Das,
of the
which
marble.
one do you think it is?
I think it's this one.
One of those
So
little...
small, I don't
Pebble.
think so.
No, I feel like
How can that cause pain?
maybe the bile requires very little
No.
space to
Well,
go
let's take
through.
it over to our doctor. Do any of them have it right?
I hope I win.
Okay, so both of them got it right. The stones come in all shapes and sizes. You can have small stones and you can have large stones. But different sizes of stones cause different problems.
How big can the largest stone get?
The largest stone that I've taken out was probably about the size of a quail's egg.
Quail's
Okay.
egg.
Yeah,
Like,
pretty
about
big.
3 to
We
4
need another
cm.
sample.
A little
please.
smaller than...
that's a quail's egg.
About
like
the
that.
size.
Yeah.
About this size.
That's big,
Wow.
though.
Yes, that's big. When you have big stones, the stones get lodged in the gallbladder. And if you ignore the symptoms, what happens is that you get a gallbladder infection. But if you have small stones, the problem with small stones is that the small stones can actually pass through the cystic duct into a bile duct, and it causes other problems like pancreatitis, it causes cholangitis or liver abscess.
Oh.
Yeah, so it's not that you have a small stone, it's good. It can cause different problems.
If you get pancreatitis and you have it, can they fix that?
It depends. Okay, so once you get
that's scary.
pancreatitis, the treatment is mainly supportive. And the severity is a spectrum. The ones that have severe pancreatitis have to be managed in the intensive care. And potentially it's life-threatening. But you could have very mild pancreatitis with some severe pain that goes away within 2 to 3 days.
Okay.
But the treatment for that would be to remove the inciting cause. And if it's due to gallstones, then you should remove the gallbladder.
All right. We're going to go for a short break right now. When we come back, find out how a 60-year-old businessman gets into shape after having his gallstones removed. Don't go anywhere.
Welcome back to Everybody Knows. Now, when his body kept sending him clear signals to seriously examine his lifestyle and his diet, this young senior knew he could not wait it out any longer and had to make a drastic yet essential change.
From an accidental discovery that he had gallstones to taking decisive action in exercising and losing weight, Lau Liang Thai's transformation from fat to fab is truly inspiring.
The gallstone that were removed from my body looked like golf ball.
Fit and athletic looking, it's hard to imagine that 60-year-old Lau Liang Thai was once big, heavy, and unhealthy. He now exercises regularly with his wife, runs 6 to 7 kilometers daily, and watches his diet with hawk-eyed scrutiny.
I was as big as 105 kilo. I was wearing pants up to waist 44. So I really never thought about, how I look. It was just living life day by day. At the same time, a lot of exhaustion when I work. At the same time, after eating a meal, I feel very lethargic. Until sometime I started to feel that the problems of, injuries, back pain, gastric was getting from bad to worse. It comes with extreme pain, uncomfort, sleepless night. Okay, it interferes with my work, my rest. To an extreme, there were 2 incidences that I had, a severe gastric attack that I was brought into a hospital ICU, stayed there in ICU for a couple of days. That started the thinking process to say, hey, I need to have a good health to go forward for the rest of my life. The doctor was constantly, recommending, suggesting that I should lose weight. It takes the pressure off my back. I had slip disc before. It takes, the pressure off, your tummy so that you don't get gastric or, basically it's reducing weight. The doctor says a lot of problem will go away. So I went to see a dietitian. Again, we didn't get into too much. So the whole idea is all about calorie deficit. So it's all about how much you eat and how much you burn. So I was eating, about 1,005 calories a day. And then I had to burn calorie as well. So both my wife and I say, okay, let's go do the marathon. So that took a while for us to train. So there was an objective to pursue. So kind of keep, the exercise going. So it's not so monotonous. It's very challenging. At the same time, the diet. So that two came together. It gives, I lost weight very fast. I think it was within a year, 6 months to a year. I lost quite a lot of weight. Without knowledge of, proper training and coaching, I just kept running until one day I started to sustain injury. Okay, and then when you sustain injury, you suffer downtime. And then when you suffer downtime, you can't exercise. You get to see your weight start coming up. Everything starts to fall apart slowly. As I was aging, my blood pressure started to climb. I had cholesterol problems. I started medications, and then that followed up with some potential side effects. So we did the blood test, we did the urine test, we did the ultrasound. One day they found there was a cyst-like on my liver, so I had to do an MRI. And then when we did that, the gallstone was there. But ultimately, we made a decision that if I'm in good health, the gallstone is not going to get smaller, it's going to get bigger. Just as well, make a decision if we want to take it out. Now that I removed my gallstone, okay, all the problems of gastric and pain has gone away. We have a transformed body with the weight loss. So I'm looking forward to the journey ahead, living a healthy lifestyle with friends and family, eating healthy, living well, play well.
Oh, what a story.
Yeah. Dr. Thng, when Mr. Lau first came to you, what was his general health like?
So when he first came to me, he had already lost some weight. When you lose weight quite quickly, the liver uses up a lot of fat within the liver, and it leads to more cholesterol and formation of stones. He had large stones. They were about 2 to 3 cm in size. So because of his symptoms, and it was affecting his quality of life, we recommended surgery to him.
So for my husband's case, he did go through the surgery, but he did not remove the entire gallbladder.
Yeah.
So he still has a gallbladder, but because now we're changing our diet, does it mean like he's also still very prone to getting the stones again?
Ideally, we should remove the whole gallbladder because if you leave, the gallbladder is already dysfunctional.
Okay.
And if you leave it there, even if you leave part of it there, potentially new stones could form, and that's something we don't want. So ideally, the surgical option would be to remove the gallbladder in entirety. And in medical terms, we call this a laparoscopic cholecystectomy. Yeah, cholecystectomy means gallbladder. Laparoscopic means it's done minimally invasive. We put a camera pod at the umbilicus.
Right.
1 cm.
Is that the image of it?
Yes, so this is the image of the gallbladder
Okay.
that is still attached to the liver. And on the next slide, the cystic duct that joins the gallbladder to common bile duct is clearly dissected out. That's the structure closer towards us.
Okay.
The structure away from us is the blood supply to the gallbladder. That's called the cystic artery. So on the next slide, you'll see that we have actually clipped off the cystic artery. And the next thing we need to do is to clip off this cystic duct.
Chicken feet.
Yep, so you can see that the cystic duct is also being clipped off.
It's not very pretty, yeah?
Those are like zip ties, kind of like a thing, right? Or no?
Yeah, so these are small clips
Yeah.
that have a lock at the end of it. So it's to keep the cystic duct shut.
Okay.
So the problem is if these clips don't work, you'll have bile leaking out through the common bile duct. And
that's infection
Yeah,
city,
that's
right?
infection and that's complication. Yeah.
All right, guys, we're going to go for a commercial break. There's a lot more that Dr. Thng will be sharing with us about gallstones right after the break. Stay with us. It's not always easy to say no to good food and yummy treats, but we need to constantly remind ourselves that moderate consumption is one of the keys to maintaining good health.
That's right. And Mike, do you know what types of food we should stay away from if we want to prevent gallstones?
Why don't we find out from Dr. Thng together with Das and Natasha?
Woo! Yay! Just FYI, by the way, we have some pictures that we are supposed to stick on the board. So, you know, it's with different types of foods. The girls are going to win, right? You can already tell, I'm sure.
3, 2, 1, go!
Hey, nuts.
Avocado.
I think it's good. I'm just going to start
avocado
sticking.
Just
and
do
then-
it, yeah. I mean, because you know what's up. You know what's
Avocado oil,
up.
or
These
like
are very
avocado
good.
itself?
Yeah.
Coconut is cool, eh?
That's good. And
Faster,
strawberries
Catherine,
should
But
be good,
coconut
right?
is like lemak.
But I'm sure that fried chicken is not.
It's
Yeah, okay,
cholesterol.
definitely
It's bad.
that. Yeah,
Cholesterol.
definitely.
I think
Too much
alcohol
cholesterol,
is definitely bad. None of us here consume alcohol. A
This
baked
one I
potato,
completely know.
very, very high in carbohydrates.
Trust me.
Okay, we're done.
You have some in the middle?
Yes, so
Because-
it's good and bad.
You're so wrong on sardines. They're really good for you.
No,
That's why it's in the middle.
yeah, because it's good because sardine, oil, bad.
Sardine?
No, the oil in the sardines is good for you.
Doctor, what do you think?
HDL. It's not. You don't have to worry. It's HDL.
Okay, let me
HDL.
take a look. Let me take a look. Okay. I think the ladies have done brilliantly.
Ah, thank you.
So-
Say it louder.
Normally, the highly processed food, alcohol, and deep fried food tend to be bad because it creates a lot of cholesterol and saturated fat.
Wait, my baked potatoes in the middle.
Okay, to be honest, baked potatoes can be good.
Oh, when you add butter.
Yeah, it's how you prepare them.
That's why
Yeah.
it's in the middle.
All right, what do we got here? See, we were clear. We didn't do anything in the middle. We were clear. We have good, we have bad. We don't have okay.
The guys have also done wonderfully.
Coconut.
So the only thing would be baked potatoes. Of course, it really depends on how it's prepared. So I would declare both teams as winners.
No.
Yes. All right, listen, I'm going to come back over here. Kat, why don't you come back over here with me?
According to Mike's sambal
Listen, guys,
corn.
from one game of separating the good from the not so good, we're now going to take on another challenge.
Oh my goodness. Guess what? We'll be playing Jeopardy, and there'll be a total of 3 categories. They're all related to gallstones, obviously.
And I'm going to team up with Das for this game, and that means it's boys against girls again.
Gallstones 101 for 10. The gallstones can be made of 2 main substances, cholesterol and this compound formed from the breakdown of red blood cells.
Fat. What is fat?
Really? What is fat? Is that
Wrong.
correct?
So the other thing that gallstones can be formed from, these are actually called pigment stones. And when the red blood cell gets broken down, it releases heme and bilirubin, and it forms pigment stones.
Okay, so, okay.
Did you know that?
Yes, I
Of
did.
course we knew it was bilirubin. What do you want to go with? Causes and risk factors?
Yes, I think I'm an expert in that.
For 5.
category.
This gender is more likely to develop gallstones due to hormonal influences.
What is female?
What is female?
Good job, guys.
Hey, all right.
Okay, let's do.
Yeah, we have all
For
day.
5,
Yep.
Gallstones 101.
Okay. The substance responsible for breaking down fats produced by the liver and stored in the gallbladder.
Why is this 5?
I know the answer to this.
Wait, what is
Sorry.
cholesterol?
What are you talking about?
No,
Cholesterol?
wait, bile.
I think you overheard my answer. All right, next one. Okay,
Symptoms and treatments for
20.
A non-invasive surgical method used to remove the gallbladder. Keyhole surgery.
What is
What is
keyhole
keyhole surgery?
surgery? ERCP. What is?
What is laparoscopy?
Definitely.
Yes.
No. For 10, causes and risk factors.
Okay, yeah, let's do
For
it.
10, causes and risk factors.
A high intake of this type of fat found in fast food increases the risk of gallstones. I feel like we spoke about this. We did.
Compound fat.
Close, close.
What is saturated fat?
Okay, so saturated fat has lots of cholesterol. So when you consume lots of saturated fat, it actually leads to lots of cholesterol within the gallbladder and hence gallstones.
Does
so you
it
got
also lead to 10 points?
Yes, definitely.
You're welcome. You're welcome for giving you that.
Oh, that was your charity for the year.
Yeah.
This is giving me high blood pressure.
Let's move back to the main board.
I don't know what's
We're going to
taken
go
already.
causes and risk factors. 20 points. This condition where the pancreas becomes inflamed can result from a gallstone blocking the bile duct. Okay, so the gallstone travels down that little highway.
The highway.
What is pancreatitis?
Pancreatitis. What is pancreatitis?
What is pancreatitis?
Correct, guys. You guys have been listening.
Yes. Natasha was twiddling her thumbs, I think, just now, not listening to
Not
the
at
commentary.
all.
Yeah.
I was thinking of my husband.
Yeah, how many points did we get?
You guys have
10.
15 points.
15.
A whopping 15 points.
That's a lot. More than 0.
45 to 15.
Yeah.
Symptoms for 5 and 10. So we're going gallstones 101, 20, ladies and gents.
Let's see the question.
Let's go.
This term refers to the surgical removal of the gallbladder. What is?
What is colectomy?
It's a cholecystectomy.
Cholecystectomy.
All right, we'll give that to you. We'll give
That's
that to you.
good.
We'll give that to you.
Oh,
No,
thank
but
you.
that,
I think that's good
Oh my
enough,
God.
guys.
I think that's
Yeah.
good.
that was fantastic.
Good job. Good
But
job.
what do you say? Colonoscopy.
No, the thing is, even with it on the screen, I don't know how to pronounce it.
All right, good job, guys. But we did win 45 to 35. And Doctor, thank you so
Hey,
much for
thank
being
you.
with us. It was so much
Yeah.
fun. Hope you've enjoyed our show, watching it, and learned a lot about the causes, preventions, and treatments available for gallstones.
That's right. Remember to join us next week on Everybody Knows. And in the meantime, take care. Bye-bye.